To be a successful investor, you need to stay current with the daily changes in the economy and the stock market. Phil Grandy and philsgang.com can be your guide to becoming a better investor. Try the free 10-day trial at philsgang.com for the working investor. From the opening bell to the closing, stay informed with what's happening in real time. The Working Investor Program includes full access to the Phil's Gang website, a morning update on what to look for that day on Wall Street, a market wrap on that day's trading, plus seminars, training, and tools to help you become a better investor. Go to philsgang.com for a free 10-day trial. After that, it's just $59.95 a month for membership, daily updates, training, software, and the best investing advice every day. You can invest with the best. Phil Grandy and philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. Over the years, I've successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence. Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, the advice, and the software that will take your investing to the next level. I have a team comprised of successful investors, all with proven track records. And the Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy, when to sell, when to hold, when to run like hell, even short. Learn about common market mistakes and how to minimize them. You don't have to be a seasoned investor to benefit from Phil's Gang and platform. No matter what level investor you are, my strategies for investing are designed to put you on the path to success. Sign up for the 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Avoid market pitfalls and start winning with Phil's Gang. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from. All that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
There's a lot of noise out there in the financial world. Bank failures, interest rates, bonds versus stocks. It's a lot. That's why it's important to find a voice of reason that can guide you through these volatile times. Phil Grandy and philsgang.com is where you can find honest, helpful guidance to successful investing.
Get the knowledge and understand how the market really works.
And for a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Want good investing advice from someone you can trust? Listen to Phil Grandy.
With what's going on today in the economy, especially in the stock market, it gets really complicated, but it doesn't have to be. My job is to make it simple, to get through the fog. And I think I do that, and I think I do a pretty good job of that, especially why you should be buying a stock, or why you should be in the market, or not in the market, or shorting.
Invest wisely with the knowledge of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. Want the truth when investing in the stock market? Here's how.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. Listen to my radio show every day because that's where you're going to get the truth. You're not going to get the truth listening to these dopes on Fake Business News Network. The other day, Kramer said, don't listen to the banks. They're giving you wrong information. When he told you to buy Merrill Lynch, remember? And what happened? They went broke.
Get the truth at philsgang.com.
Join my gang, philsgang.com. Get the truth. And also listen to me on my podcast on YouTube and Rumble. That's philsgang.com.
You can be a successful investor in the stock market by knowing what the market is going to do.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. God, you go nuts listening to these shows on TV, Kramer, any of them. I mean, they're giving you total garbage. Garbage in, garbage out. One day they tell you, buy this stock. Next day, don't buy the stock. Then you have two people on the show, one guy saying buy it, the other guy says don't buy it. So the question is, what the hell do you do? Well, we don't have questions here at Phil's Gang. And they never have to ask the question, what do you think the market's going to do? My members always know what the market's going to do because they've learned how to follow the money. That's right, follow the money. You don't follow fundamentals, you follow the money. And what is that? That's volume. That's the buyers and the sellers. And the other thing, you got to learn how to sell a stock as well as buy a stock.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Go to my podcast, YouTube, and Rumble every day. That's philsgang.com.
Why are investors listening to Phil Grandy of philsgang.com?
You know why people listen to my show? Because I make it simple. When you talk about the stock market, they make it so complicated. I make it easy to understand. For the average investor, the Main Street investor, most of the time, these guys, like they're talking to each other. We talk directly to you and we listen to you.
Invest better with the sound advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. When making wise investment decisions, Phil Grandy has some sound reasons you should join Phil's Gang.
You know, when I started this, they asked me, okay, can you explain to people why they should join the gang? Gee, I thought about that. And I guess to make money. But more than that, to get good direction on which way the economy's really going. We get so much crap, so many lies, how great the economy is and how great the tech business is, and when it's not. The problem is we have too many people in Washington and in this industry that just don't tell the truth. The truth is everything. And here at Phil's Gang, we stick with the facts. We tell the truth. We make sure our members, are getting the best information, and our listeners, like you. We make that information available to you and make it simple and understandable.
Good investing means understanding how the stock market works. Join today at philsgang.com. The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
Manufacturing rebounding at a faster rate than in the last 40 years. The strongest job growth in history. The state of our economy is strong.
That's a lot of nuts!
And that is a lot of nuts. Unbelievable, the lying that goes on, isn't it? Things are getting worse. But he'll never admit it. Biden says manufacturing's booming under his leadership. Then why is it that we just got yesterday the October New York State manufacturing the fell 7 points to 4.6? That's huge. That'd be like if you're going to build a bridge a mile long and you miss the other side by 3/4 of a mile. Unbelievable. And here's the other problem. Manufacturers are finding it really difficult now to pass on their increases. They have to eat them because consumer demand has dropped. Consumers are broke. They're out of money. And consumer confidence is tanking. To say that manufacturing is rebounding is a bold-faced lie. The real measurement of manufacturing growth is container ships. We talked a little bit about that yesterday. They move 95% of manufactured goods. In fact, the freight rate from China to LA has dropped from $7,000 per container. You can now rent a container for $1,800. What's that tell you? But yet he's telling us it's rebounding under him. What are you, nuts? That's crazy. If it is, then why is it the consumer confidence has been dropping, especially in the past 4 months? A 4-month low. Unbelievable. It's got to be nuts. Because remember, consumer confidence and manufacturing go hand in hand. If manufacturing was booming, then why is it that manufacturing production is tanking? Big time. Especially for the past 6 months. He talks about jobs.
The strongest job growth in history.
What's he talking about? Jobs? Wages? Booming? No. That's a lie. See, hiring has been anemic. Manufacturing usually hire 3,800 people a month. It's now down to 1,500 people a month. Wages have declined 24 of the past 32 months. And this is the one you got to watch, overtime. Overtime's the important one. Anyone in business will tell you that. Because if overtime is going up, there's more overtime, that means now comes new jobs. They're going to start hiring. But if it's contracting, if overtime's contracting, that means productivity is contracting, and soon there's going to be layoffs. And that's where we are. Overtime is contracting. He tells us our economy is strong.
The state of our economy is strong.
He must be taking some of that stuff his son takes. I don't know. He must be smoking with him. I don't know. If we have a strong economy, let's think about it. Then why is it the U.S. is experiencing the largest economic downturn since the recession? Also, let's talk about Yellen. She's trying to raise money, much needed cash. She's got to pay the $1 trillion interest payment on the $33 trillion ballooning national debt. Remember, $1 trillion of the $33 trillion took just 90 days. The first time we hit $1 trillion was 172 years. 90 days. Now she's out there hustling, trying to sell bonds. The last auction was embarrassing. Spending's gone wild. $2 trillion deficit. What are you, nuts? $2 trillion. He's spending $2 trillion more than the taxes he's collecting. So while she's out there trying to raise money, sell bonds that nobody wants, our credit was downgraded. That's right. Our rating agency, Fitch, downgraded it. Why? Well, due to the debt and deficits we're running. That's why. So what the hell is he talking about? Our credit rating is being downgraded, and Biden's sitting there lying? He's saying to us how strong the economy is?
The state of our economy is strong.
And we just got downgraded? This guy just doesn't know how to tell the truth. So, due to our debt and deficits, which we're struggling, and we don't have tax revenues to cover it because he's spending much more than we're taking in, and that's bad. The consequence of a downgrade is really bad because soon the financial markets become fearful. They're fearful of our federal government if they can pay their debt. And they see our financial condition getting worse, they fear. So all of a sudden there's a lack of demand for our bonds. And then who comes and buys the bonds when nobody wants them? Powell. He'll print money and then he'll buy our bonds. Isn't that something? So there's a big lack of demand for our bonds because, again, of our debt and deficits. Now, to overcome the lack of demand, what do you think they do? That's right, they raise yields. There we go again, raising yields. And you bond people who think, and you talk to your brokers, oh, buy bonds, they're safe, they're safe. No, they're not. Stocks are safe if you know how to sell short as well as go long. Bonds are a terrible bet because they're tied to interest rates. And you're tied to the dope who are making decisions. And most of them are educated nincompoops. There's a lack of demand for our bonds right now. Most don't know that. So now what do we have to do? We have to turn around and we have to offer higher yields, higher interest rates. And there goes the bonds. Down, down, down. Just take a look at TLT for the last year. It's just been crumbling. People have been losing value with their bonds. Can you imagine if you knew how to sell short? The money you would have made shorting TLT? You could have shorted instead of sitting there calling your brokers, what should I do? What should I do? And they tell you to buy more. They say, buy it on a dip, buy more. Your bonds go down, buy even more. It's a good deal, they tell you. What are you, nuts? This is crazy stuff. So there's a big lack of demand. So besides the consequences of the downgrade, killing the demand for our bonds, debt and deficits, there's the other problem. When you have debt and you're running debt and deficits, that's destructive to our economy. So most people don't understand bonds, and they don't understand the consequence of keep running debts and spending more than you take in. They think, oh, it's no big deal. I don't have to worry about it. Somebody else worries about it. You better worry about it. We'll talk about that when we get back. Hey, join our gang. The best educational program about stock trading, I think, in the world.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. Phil Grandy has successfully taught tens of thousands of investors how to navigate the market with confidence.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free. If anything, during that 10-day period, you're going to learn how the market really works. You're going to find information that you never had before. You're going to walk away and go, I didn't know that. So join my gang for 10 days free, philsgang.com. And you're also going to learn how to make money when the market goes down. It's kind of silly just sitting there when the market going down, hoping. Why hope when you can sell short and make money? Either way, you make money when the market goes up, you make money when the market goes down. That's the benefit of Phil's Gang. You make money.
Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level.
philsgang.com. Sign up free for 10 days.
If you want to invest your money and grow your wealth, listen to this.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You know, I get so tired of listening to the same garbage every day, listening to the fake business news network telling you why you should buy this stock, why you should buy, and they're always wrong. Join my gang, philsgang.com, free for 10 days. You're going to learn when to buy a stock and when not to buy a stock. Hey, years ago it was different. You could buy a stock based on fundamentals. You could buy a stock based on earnings. You could buy a stock based on PE ratios. Those days are gone. That ended with QE. That ended when they financially engineered the market in 2008. Gone. Now you got to follow the money. And we have the knowledge because we have the chart. Pro 2 color code chart tells you when to buy, when to sell, when to run like hell.
For a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
Check it out, philsgang.com. Get the truth, get the knowledge, and understand how the market really works.
There's a lot of noise out there in the financial world. Bank failures, interest rates, bonds versus stocks. It's a lot. That's why it's important to find a voice of reason that can guide you through these volatile times. Phil Grandy and philsgang.com is where you can find honest, helpful guidance to successful investing.
Get the knowledge and understand how the market really works.
And for a limited time, you can join Phil's Gang free for 10 days.
philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
When you listen to the advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard. Things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, We make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up or why there's continued inflation or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Hey folks, Phil Grandy from Phil's Gang Radio Show. Are you going to let Wall Street control your financial freedom? Are you nuts? Learn what Wall Street doesn't want you to know, especially how to profit in a stock market crash. I'm offering a 10-day free trial to our Working Investor Program. No nonsense, just actionable insights. Don't miss out. Sign up to be a Phil's Gang member and secure your financial freedom. Visit www.philsgang.com today.
That's philsgang.com. philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG. Try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
When we get into the fundamentals of banks, the economy's good, consumers still strong, the credit loan loss reserves are stable.
You sound insane. Do you realize that?
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
They do sound insane, but they really do. They sound like liars is what they are. They are liars. I mean, consumers are strong. Look at the bankruptcies. We have bankruptcies right now that in the first half of this year, our bankruptcies have exceeded the 2008 bankruptcies, for God's sakes. What's wrong with these people? They just go up there and lie. Look at the headwinds people have. 40% of Americans say they're much worse off now. Much worse off now than a year ago. They're struggling. Household income under Biden has dropped $4,000. Under Trump, it increased $5,200. And guess what? More of the disposable income after people pay their taxes, their expenses, are going to necessities than ever before. That's why you start seeing big ticket items going down. Big TV screens, all the big items, furniture. People don't have the money. They don't have that disposable income. And their credit card is tapped out. Delinquencies are due to the largest interest rate increase of 21%. Credit cards, the delinquencies are higher now than they were during the 2008 crises. 75% of the 167 million labor force, they make less than $55,000 a year. That's why they use credit cards to subsidize their wages, because things are so expensive. At the end of the month, when they pay their rent and their house mortgage and they're all done, they're broke. They have to use their credit cards. They didn't have that credit card. They'd have to file for bankruptcy. 20 million people as of September, are behind on utilities. 6 million are still behind on their rent. This is in September. $4 million behind on mortgage payments. $4 million on mortgage payments. 401ks, hardship withdrawals, up 33%. During 2008, 2009, it was up 28%. It's worse now. Home equity withdrawals, $145 billion, a record, compared to $63 billion between 2007 and 2008. Come on. The lying is just pathetic. The credit cards are the problem. The interest rates on those credit cards. And why do we have such inflation? Well, the first thing is because of Biden cutting our oil independence. And then what he really screwed us with was his 3 massive spending bills. That has caused more inflation. The American Rescue Plan, Inflation Reduction Act, which we didn't reduce anything, and the Omnibus Bill, which I went over that with you, you'd laugh. So our national debt has increased from $32 trillion to $33 trillion in 90 days. 90 days. Interest on our national debt has increased from $250 billion to $650 billion. That's a 226% increase. And who's getting hit with all this? The people. The people. That's why they have no money. That's why they're suffering. Terrible. They will never pay off this national debt. It's crazy. If the federal government began right now, today, this moment, to repay the national debt at $33 trillion, think about it, at a rate of $1 per second, it would take 440,000 years. People are hit with terrible, healthcare costs. Healthcare costs killing us. So, when you hear how we're doing so well, just remember, debt and deficit are destructive. You have the record inflation. We have a widening yield curve right now. It's getting worse. Increased interest rates, increased trade deficits, our weak productivity, weak manufacturing. And what does that do? That reduces your savings. It reduces your economic growth. Our economic growth is almost nothing. It reduces our corporate earnings. There's no corporate earnings. Just like these banks came out, right? When these banks came out, they said how great they were doing. I told everybody, no, you wait, let them report, and they're going to say how they beat everything. They beat every estimate. I said, give it a couple days, and you watch, these banks will start going south. Exactly what happened to JP Morgan, Wells Fargo, and Citi. They all beat expectations. They beat everything. They have more. They have more toilet paper than they expected in the bank's bathrooms. They beat every expectation. And you take a look at them. What's happening? They're giving up their gains, aren't they? Sure. Here, let's see. I'll just do it currently here, just for the hell of it. So let's take a look at Citi, and then I'll take a look at Wells Fargo, and we'll take a look at the crook, Jamie Dimon the crook. J.P. Morgan. Okay. So Citigroup. Citigroup, right now, when you look at our chart, our color-coded chart, it's solid red. Money is coming out of Citi. They're pulling money out of Citi. The other day when it reported, it went up a little bit, and then it fell right back down through its support. It's underneath its support right now. Wells Fargo. Remember, everybody's excited about Wells Fargo. She rallied, right? And now she's having trouble. Look at the volume. It's fallen off as it goes into resistance. There's not enough volume to get through resistance, not enough buyers. JP Morgan, called breakout point failure, went up through the resistance, went up as high as I think the high was 153. Today it's at 147. So you're being lied to. So what can we do? Well, we can make money. We can make money. We'll be right back after this break. Please remember St. Jude. They need your help.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
I believe that every single human being with a laptop computer and an internet connection should be required to give trading at least a shot.
Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life.
I believe that every educated individual on planet Earth.
I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents.
Should do this. It's not for every single human being on Earth. I know this, but it's one of those things that you should try, because if you happen to get it right, if you happen to be one of the ones that this is for.
Follow the money. Follow Phil Grandy.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. That's right, philsgang.com. Join my gang for 10 days. It's free.
What's in front of you is a life of incredible joy, freedom, and independence.
Philsgang.com.
When you listen to the advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com, you'll find investing in the stock market makes sense with the right guidance.
People keep saying to me, boy, things are hard, things are tough. Boy, the market's really screwed up. And I don't agree with them. For us here at Phil's Gang, we make it so it's simple. It doesn't matter if the market's bad or good. We consistently do well because we make it simple. And just like for my listeners on the radio or on the internet or my podcast, we make it simple. We try to break it down so you really understand why the market is going up, or why there's continued inflation, or why the bank rates are going up. So you understand, especially yields. The most important thing to understand how yields work. Just what we do. We work hard at it.
Trusted advice, easy to understand strategies that will make you a better investor. Get all the details at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com. Are you tired of being lied to about some magical economic recovery that only benefits the 1 percentile? And then when the market does collapse, you're sitting there calling your broker, what do I do? When you should be shorting? Learn how to short the market. Continue to listen to my radio show, philsgang.com. Become a member, only $39.95 a month, and learn how to short.
Don't wait. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. There's nothing better than learning from the experts, especially when it comes to investing your hard-earned money.
Hi, this is Phil Grandy, host of Phil's Gang Radio Show. At Phil's Gang and philsgang.com, I have one goal in mind: to help you become a skilled investor in the stock market and find your financial freedom. With the Working Investor Program, you will learn what Wall Street doesn't want you to know. You'll develop skills like selling short and how to profit, even in a stock market crash. This is the real world investing information that will give you the edge to be successful in the stock market. No gimmicks, just real strategies, and I'll make the offer even better with a 10-day free trial of the Working Investor Program.
Once you're in the gang, you're in the know. And with the free 10-day trial of the Working Investor Program, there's no reason not to give it a try.
Become a Phil's Gang member and reclaim your financial freedom. Go to philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com.
Are you a stock market investor without all the information?
What are you, nuts? Market's going up, market's going down. We're getting all this bad information.
How do you invest intelligently? Phil Grandy can show you.
If you want real information and you really want to know what the market's going to do and you want the truth, go to my site, philsgang.com, and also listen to me on my radio show every weekday at 3 o'clock Eastern.
Phil's got the answers at philsgang.com.
That's philsgang.com, where you get the truth and you get the information you need about the market.
With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Show. Learn, invest, and make profits with philsgang.com and give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Join our gang. We have the greatest educational program, I believe, in the country, where you're going to learn how to invest in stocks properly. You're going to learn how to understand the bond market. You don't buy a stock unless you understand the bond market. You're going to learn how to sell short. You're going to have the best technology. When you look at a stock, you're going to know immediately, is money going in? Whose money? Big tech money, big corporate money, hedge fund money, bank money, pension fund money. You're going to know if it's going into your stock or not. People just buy a stock blindly. They don't know. The last time you bought a stock, did you check and see if you had hedge fund money going into your stock? Or the 4 biggest banks? Or how about pension funds? No. But that's what you're going to learn. When you come to us, you're going to get the best education ever. And when you leave, you're going to have such a good education that when the market goes down, you're going to be happy because you're going to be making money on the way down. And you got to stop listening to the jibber jabbers. The fake business news network is getting worse. The lying is getting worse. They're in cahoots with the White House, remember. Listen to this.
You're seeing that deterioration of deposit balances in consumer and those median income households down a little bit. That means they're spending some money in excess of what they bring in.
Yeah, they're spending more than they bring in. That's not good. Listen to this one.
But if you just talk in economics, companies are in very, very good shape with their cash flow, with their profits, with their expansion, their CapEx, you name it. They're in really good shape.
Oh, and that's why this is happening.
LinkedIn just laid off nearly 700 employees. Qualcomm is planning to cut more than 1,200 jobs. There's also been a slew of layoffs at startups like Flexport, Stack Overflow, and Bandcamp. And it all raises the question, could more cuts be on the way?
Absolutely. But imagine sitting there and lying, knowing there he is on Fox lying. I mean, CNBC lying, saying companies are in good shape. No, they're not. Debt defaults in companies, these large companies, publicly traded companies, have surged 176% in the first 8 months of this year. So how can he say that when it's a fact that defaults are up 176% for the first 8 months of 2023? Because he's a liar. Remember, Wall Street, Washington, the cornerstone is lying. They lie. The president lies when he says that the economy is strong. That's a lie. Look at the debt this country has. Oh my God. So you got 69 companies, 69 large companies. They missed their debt payment. And that's just the beginning. Because remember, all these companies were receiving free, interest-free money. And they went and purchased their own stock to reduce the amount of shares that's available for you to buy and sell. And when they reduce the amount of shares, like anything else, that you reduce the number of, and there's demand for, the price goes up. But with stocks, the price goes up without profits. How do you think the market rallied, the tech rally, from 2009 to 2022, 1,200%. They didn't have profits. And then you had a 600% rally in the S&P from 2009 to 2022. And then they gave it all back, nearly all, or most of it back, from January 2022 to October 2022. And for a year and 10 months, they have not been able to get back up to that January high. They keep failing every time they try it, 4 times. But they just lie. You can't build on a bubble, on a stock bubble. You can't build. That's ridiculous. 69 companies defaulted on their debt because they are paying zero interest for 14 years, 13 years. Now they got to pay 8%. They can't make it. And that's just the beginning. And people don't think the stock market's going to crash. They think, oh, it's just going to go up because they listen to people like these people here. I mean, how could you say something?
But if you just talk in economics, companies are in very, very good shape.
I mean, that's just nuts. And then you got the government.
Over the next 10 years, the government projects that the revenues are going to be somewhere around $60 trillion. The problem with that is that the government is going to spend $80 trillion, leaving an additional $20 trillion deficit.
Unbelievable. And the consumer's screwed. He's dead. He's done.
Jamie Dimon said the consumer savings are declining. Citibank this morning said the consumer is decelerating.
And then finally,
maybe the economy is turning over to something weaker in the fourth quarter. And
yeah, maybe, just maybe, huh? Yeah. Know who that is? That's a former Atlanta Fed guy. Now he's not sitting on the Atlanta Fed anymore. He's trying to tell the truth because he looks like a dope. I love this one.
The outlook for now is pretty good. I mean, the economy has proven to be remarkably resilient.
Wait a minute. Resilient? How's it prove to be resilient? The stock market reflects the economy. It's been a year and 10 months, and it can't get back to its original high of 2022 January. What's he talking about? And the debt that we have is incredible. I mean, it's all just a lie. Think about this. Since 9/11, think of the money that we... Here, let me play the cut first. This is unbelievable. Where is she? Where's Aunt B? Listen to this.
Paul Tudor-Jones, the famed investor, was on CNBC this week, and he said, "This is the most threatening and challenging geopolitical environment that I've ever seen. At the same time, the US is in its weakest fiscal position since World War II, with debt to GDP at 122%. Can America, can the West afford another war at this time?"
I think the answer is absolutely. America can certainly afford to stand with Israel and to support Israel's military needs. And we also can and must.
That wasn't the question. It said, can we afford another war? How can you afford another war? This is crazy. The United States, we spent over $800 billion on the war in Iraq. And every time you go over a bridge here in the United States, you got to tell your kids to put a get the life raft ready. Put your snorkel on. We're going over the bridge because this car could go right through this bridge. Put your swim fins on. All of our bridges, our roads crumbling. Unbelievable. Not to mention the people who got killed. Now, if Biden and his mob family can make money off another war, then we're going to go. If he can't, then he's going to please his base, his socialist communist base, and protect his socialist base with their socialist packages of Green New Deal and Medicare for all and free affordable college and come across the border. We're going to feed you, take care of you, give you a car, give you a license. But if we go to war with Iran, do you realize the money we're going to have to print? See, I don't think it's going to happen. That's why he's over there. He's going to beg Israel to stop. He's going to beg them to stop. 9/11. Since 9/11, we have sunk in $6.4 trillion to wars and counterterrorism. Unbelievable. More than 800,000 people, including more than 7,000 members of the U.S. military and 1,343 journalists, have died. Never mind the cost. And she's, oh, we can get another war. We can afford it. We can afford it. Unbelievable. Join my gang, free for 10 days. Check it out.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently? Become a Phil's Gang member and receive the training, advice, and software that will take your investing to the next level. Phil's Gang software is easy to use, painless to navigate, and tells you exactly when to buy and sell to help maximize profits. Sign up for a 10-day free trial to see our platform in action. Learn more at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. When the stock market is up one day and down the next, you need experienced advice from a pro.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy of philsgang.com. I know you're sitting there watching the stock market. You're going, what? Is this nuts? Market goes up 700 points. Next day goes up 800 points. Then the market goes back down. Then it goes back up. What that is volatility.
You want to invest your money and grow your wealth. How do you invest intelligently?
But you got to anticipate what's going to happen with the market. And that's what we give you. Information so you can anticipate in advance what the market's going to do, so you know what stocks to buy, you know what stocks to short. It's all about having good information and anticipation. You got to anticipate. The one thing you can't do is rely on your brokers. Listen.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
What are you, nuts? Partners and shareholders? You're not included.
Check out the free 10-day trial and follow Phil to investing success. Learn more at philsgang.com. philsgang.com. Want the truth when investing in the stock market? Here's how.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. Listen to my radio show every day because that's where you're going to get the truth. You're not going to get the truth listening to these dopes on Fake Business News Network. The other day, Kramer said, don't listen to the banks. They're giving you wrong information. When he told you to buy Merrill Lynch, remember? And what happened? They went broke.
Get the truth at philsgang.com.
Join my gang, philsgang.com. Get the truth. And also listen to me on my podcast on YouTube and Rumble. That's philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Why are investors listening to Phil Grandy of philsgang.com?
You know why people listen to my show? Because I make it simple. When you talk about the stock market, they make it so complicated. I make it easy to understand. For the average investor, the Main Street investor, most of the time, these guys, like they're talking to each other. We talk directly to you and we listen to you.
Invest better with the sound advice of Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
But if you just talk in economics, companies are in very, very good shape.
Very, very good shape. But debt defaults by U.S. companies have surged 176% in the first 8 months of 2023. Oh, but they're in good shape, though. They're in good shape. Do you know, because of all these zero rates, all these companies leverage themselves up buying their own shares so they can push their stocks up without having to have profits. That's what QE is about. $790 billion of these liabilities, these notes, are due in 2024, followed by $1 trillion in 2025. Are you kidding me? They're paying 8% interest. They can't pay these. That's why the defaults, remember, defaults have surged 176% in the first 8 months of this year. Now they're going to hit $790 billion. It's going to double and triple. Wait till they hit $1 trillion. Nobody wants to be honest. Nobody wants to talk about it. That's why I beg you to come to Phil's Gang, be educated on how to use the market to your advantage. Not only will you learn how to buy stocks properly, but you're going to learn how to sell stocks short. You're going to learn how to sell stocks short. We have the best educational program, I believe, in the country. $39.95 a month. I mean, try it. Just go to my site, philsgang.com, click where it says get started. And you're free for 10 days. At least try that. So here we are. The war that we can afford. We couldn't afford Iraq. We couldn't. So now we had, think about this, more than 800,000 people died in these wars. Then, under Biden, we got into this going wild green energy garbage. So, ever since we've been in that green energy garbage, inflation's going through the roof because he's gotten rid of oil. The quality of our life has tanked. 140 million Americans are now living in poverty. We've never seen that. More than a third are not getting health care. Costs too much. What happened with Obamacare? He's got his 3 multi-million-dollar homes. He did just fine. Sold his book for $60 million. He did fine. Our infrastructure needs a minimum of $2 trillion to fix the potholes, at least. No money for that. But we're going to go to war. So instead of fixing our bridges and our water pipes and all that crap, and fix our healthcare system for once and all, and get rid of Obamacare, open a free market in healthcare, we're going to go to war because we can afford one. No, we can't. So we go to war, all this stuff takes the back seat. So what do? Learn how to sell short. I remember when Rumsfeld, and matter of fact, I did I had a conference. He and I put one on together. But I remember in 2000, here in Sarasota, Florida, good guy, 2002, I remember what he said about Iraq war. It won't last more than 4 to 5 months. Remember that? He said it costs about $60 billion. Well, it costs more than $880 billion. $880 billion. Are you kidding me? And we're in a hole right now for Iraq and Iran, $6.4 trillion. I mean, Iraq and Afghanistan. Can you imagine getting a war with Iran? You know how large an area? That's almost twice as large as Iraq and Afghanistan. We'll never get out of there. Look, we have nukes. Why don't we just use the nuke and nobody will mess with us? Hamas, nuke them. Sorry. Iran, nuke them. That's it. War ended. Why do we build these things? Just to store and collect dust? That's how we stopped Japan. What's a nuke cost? 20 million, 30 million? I mean, unbelievable. They deserve it. But you deserve having a good retirement. And you don't have a pension anymore. You got 401k that sucks. At the end of your days of work, you're going to find out all those hidden expenses, all those expenses you didn't know about. You got to go and take a part-time job. That's what's happening with 401ks. But I swear, if you just join our gang, use our educational system, it works. It works. We have thousands of members all over. We've been doing this for, what, 22, 23 years now? Phil's gang. We've been through it all. And we have the best educational staff here to teach you. $39.95 a month. Are you kidding me? Instead of calling your broker. What should I do? What should I do? What should I do? And by the way, you watch the banks. The banks are going to collapse. They're holding these banks up. Just take a look at Citi. Take a look at Wells Fargo. Ask yourself, why are they coming down after, oh, wow, they beat everything. They beat all their estimates. Top line, bottom line, middle line. More toilet paper in their bathrooms than they estimated. Everything they estimate, they beat. J.P. Morgan. He's more crooked than a corkscrew. Went above the support, came right back down. That sets up for a beautiful short. Keep watching IWM. IWM is your iShares, the Russell 2000. That's the one that you can depend on telling you which way the market's going to go. Yes, they are going to try to rally this market. Why? Because they know the blackout stops Friday. They're going to use that to cover their short positions. We got the expirations all finishing and then expiring. And see, there's one more thing. We had the expirations and we had the blackout. And there was one more thing we had going on. I'll think of it in a moment. Buybacks, right? The buybacks. So they're going to, and we want this last rally. You want this last rally. You want them to test that 477 again. They've tested it on July 27th. It failed. They tested it again, tested again. 4 tests have failed. I want to see them take this and go from where we are right now, around 4.25, and go straight up and just stop right around 470 and then collapse. Because the higher you go, that's where the test is. The higher you go and you can't make that breakout, panic sets in. And then you watch your VIX index. And the VIX will go up and hit 40 and go straight up and the market goes straight down. Just like in 2008, just like in 2020. Exactly what it's setting up for. Right now, this whole market since October 13th has been financial engineering. That's all. Be patient. And for people who say, oh, don't worry, he's going to bail us out. See, and that's the problem. We got tourists. We got tourists who've never been in a crash. All they know, 2008, we got bailed out. We're not going to get bailed out. They can't. Because remember, how did they bail us out? By printing money. Printing money is inflationary. But remember, when they printed all that money, inflation was at 0.32%. Not even 0.5%. A little bit over 0.25%. And their ceiling's 2%. So they could keep printing and printing and printing as long as they're under their ceiling. They're over their ceiling, so they can't do that anymore. So anybody who believes they're going to just bail everybody out, bail out the banks, everybody's going to be happy, we're going to go straight up, you're going to be in for a wrong surprise. I mean, please, invest in yourself before you invest in anything else. And you're going to learn how to buy stocks properly, and you're going to learn how to, for the first time, sell stocks short. And it's fun. As far as Yellen goes, she is a dope. Aunt B is an educated nincompoop. She's never held a job in her life outside of the, being a professor. She couldn't make a living. We could afford a war. Put her arse up on the front line.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me.